We will follow in his footsteps, we'll toast St. Patrick's Day. Hand in hand together, he surely paved the way. From Dublin to Boston, Sydney and New York. Hey, many's the folk will tell you, he came from the County Cork. When he was a little boy across the ocean way, Milo and his raiders, they took him as a slave. Crossed the sea to Ireland for 7 long years or more, till in a dream he heard a call to leave old Ireland's shore. We will follow in his footsteps, we'll toast St. Patrick's Day. Hand in hand together, he surely paved the way.
leprechaun on my head. I wish that I were dead, for I don't think you'll ever let me be. He tempts me with his gold, and if I ever air so bold, I'd strangle him and leave him in the street. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and he called that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head, oh, all my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. There's a leprechaun in my room, he swats me with the broom. That's the reason I forget the words of a song. Oh, he shows a four-leaf clover, but before my song is over, he's buried it in a bowl of Lucky Charms. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and he called that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head while my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. There's a leprechaun on the floor, he says that I'm a bore. His eyes begin to glaze and he starts to yawn. Oh, he lays on down to sleep, but I can see when I a peeping, he's watching me with envy deep inside. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and call that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head while my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. There's a leprechaun on the hill, and I know his gold is there, so I grab him by the neck, but he gets away. Well, the pot's too heavy, he giggles, so I pinch me just a little, and he thinks I'm full as I run away. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and you call that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he hides his head while my friends they chant. La-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. Oh, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da dilly-dilly-die. And then he says to me, you're an Irish laddie, and you call that thing a harp. But each time I share the lore that I am learning, he lifts his head and he sings along. Oh, la-ta-tee-da diddly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da diddly-diddly-da. 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 Oh, la-ta-tee-da diddly-dee-da, la-ta-tee-da-tee-da, la-ta-tee-da diddly-diddly-da.
A long time ago, when the earth was green, there are more kinds of animals than you've ever seen. They'd run around and play while the earth was being born, but the loveliest of all was the unicorn. They're green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, the loveliest of all was the unicorn. Now the Lord seen some sinning, and it gave him pain. He says, stand back, I'm gonna make it rain. He says, hey brother Noah, I tell you what to do. Build me a floating zoo, and bring some of those green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, don't you forget my unicorn. Now Noah was there to answer the call. He finished building the ark just as the rain started falling. He marched in the animals 2 by 2, and he called out as they went through, hey Lord, I got your green alligators and long-necked geese, your humpty-back camels and your chimpanzees, your cats and rats and elephants, but Lord, I'm so forlorn, I just can't see no unicorn. Now Noah looked out through the driving rain. Those unicorns were laughing and playing silly games. They're running and playing while the rain was pouring. Oh, them silly unicorns. They're green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees. Noah said, close the door, 'cause the rain is pouring, and I just can't wait for no unicorn. The ark rose up and drifted with the tide, and the unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried, and the waters came down and sort of floated them away. That's why you'll never see a unicorn to this very day. It's okay, Mark, really, it is. It's okay, Mark, really. Well, because you might think this is the ending to the song, but I'd have to tell you, friends, that in fact you'd be wrong. You see, unicorns are magical, so when the rain started pouring, they grew themselves some wings and they took to soaring. There were green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees. But if you're looking for the unicorn, don't be forlorn. The second star on the right and straight on until morn.
We will follow in his footsteps, we'll toast St. Patrick's Day. Hand in hand together, he surely paved the way. From Dublin to Boston, Sydney and New York. Hey, many of the folk will tell you, he came from the county Cork. When he was a little boy across the ocean way, Miller and his raiders, they took him as a slave. Crossed the sea to Ireland for 7 long years or more, till in a dream he heard a call to leave old Ireland's shore. We will follow in his footsteps, we'll toast St. Patrick's Day. Hand in hand together, he surely paved the way. From Dublin to Boston, Sydney and New York. Hey, many the folk will tell you, he came from the county Cork.
Then as the years went rolling by, he heard the call once more. Oh, come back to Erin, Hookshade Bannock be the Lord. Upon the hill of Tara, he lit the eternal flame, and pagans from all quarters sang praises to his name.
We will follow in his footsteps, we'll toast St. Patrick's Day. Hand in hand together, he surely paved the way. From Dublin to Boston, Sydney and New York. Hey, many's folk will tell you he came from the county Cork. To celebrate St. Patrick's Day, we wear our green and gold. In this land of saints and scholars, his story will be told. So wear your shamrock proudly.